True story. Around October time, my girlfriend was out traveling and she was away for about 6 weeks at the time. She went to South Korea, Laos, and ended up in Vietnam. Now, 6 weeks away from my girlfriend, you could imagine, it's quite challenging. You know, it came with its perks. Sure, I got to focus on my business more and on myself, and when you're alone, you have time to grow and think a lot. I think as men, we need that. We need time alone. However, I missed her. Of course I did. I missed her a lot. We were about a year and a half maybe into our relationship, and so I really wanted her back. I was so excited for her to finally come back. So 6 weeks goes by, I'm on the gym floor training with clients. She's texting me, it's her final day in Vietnam. She's texting me, I'm just going to get my hair done, just going to get my nails done, just going to get this, just going to get that, just at the coffee shop with my friends, just saying goodbye. And I'm getting excited that every second that goes by, I'm getting excited because she's getting closer and closer to jumping on that plane and jumping right back into my arms. My clients were saying to me that day, I've never seen you so happy, especially the time leading up to this. You've been depressed for the past couple of weeks. Where have you been? Today, you're like the most excited and happy and positive person in the whole entire world. And granted, I'm about 24 hours or less between now and seeing my girlfriend after not seeing each other for 6 weeks. And she texts me, she's at the airport, she's on the way to the airport, she's at the airport, she's going to the check-in desk, and I don't hear anything. And so I'm waiting to hear back, you know, and thinking nothing of it. And then I get a phone call. Itai, I can't find my passport. At this point, my heart dropped. 6 weeks, no passport. What on earth is going on? It's fine, babe. You'll find it. At this point, I'm just being as strong as I can. You'll find it. Just have a look. It's gonna show up. Don't you worry. You're coming home. Don't worry, baby girl. All is good. You will find your passport. I'm just trying to be positive. I'm just trying to stay as positive as I can be so that she could, fingers crossed, find her passport and come home. She's calling me back. She is all over the place. She's opened up her whole travel bag. You know, one of those backpacks that she's been carrying around for the past 6 weeks with her. She's emptied everything. Bear in mind, the people that she was with 3 people that trip. 2 of them have already flown or got a coach to Cambodia. One of them happened to miss his flight that morning, luckily, because it meant that he could go back to the hotel and search in other areas where they had been that morning to see if the passport was there. You know, she had her passport in the morning. She had her passport the whole time leading up. But it just happened that the morning she was supposed to come back, her passport got stolen. And she was at a coffee shop that morning, and some lady had come up to her and asked her if she wanted to purchase some jewellery or some glasses. I don't know what it was that she was selling, but my girlfriend believes that at this point, that's when the passport was taken out of her bag. And so what happens? She misses her flight. I'm absolutely gutted. She's absolutely gutted. I'm dying. I'm thinking, I can't believe this has happened. Is this really happening? I need to be strong because now she's out there Luckily not completely on her own, but the guy she was with was going to the Philippines the next day, and so we need to figure out what's happening. And so the next day she gets on the phone to the British consulate, and the British consulate says, okay, you need to book an appointment with us for the next day. So the days keep going past. We don't know what is going on. We don't have a clue when she's coming back. Anyway, the next day she gets on the phone with the British consulate, and the British consulate says, tomorrow morning you can pick up your emergency passport. Here I am getting all excited. I sent a message into the group chat we made with my girlfriend's parents and I and my girlfriend. She's coming back. She's going to pick up her passport tomorrow morning. It's been like 2-3 days now. We're all excited. We all can't wait. We rebook her flight. Cost another couple £100, another here, £100 here, £100 there. It's all adding up at this point. But we don't care because she's coming home tomorrow. She's going to pick up the passport at 10 a.m. Vietnamese time, and by the evening, by the next day, she's going to be back home in my arms. But no, God had other plans. So 10 a.m. Vietnamese time is 3 a.m. UK time. I wake up at 2 a.m. to make sure she's up, she's ready to go, she's there. We need to pick up this passport so that she gets her flight. She goes in, 10 a.m, 3 o'clock my time, UK time, calls me. Itai. Silence. I need to wait another 5 to 7 days for my exit visa to come through. At this point, I'm like, well, man makes plan, God continues to laugh. Bear in mind, it was now Wednesday, and we were supposed to catch a flight to Tenerife on the Sunday with her family. So, what happens? Waiting, more waiting, more waiting, more waiting. All up until this point, it's just waiting and waiting and waiting with uncertainty of what is going to come, with no understanding of the future, with just pure patience and faith in God that it's going to figure itself out. And so there's no flight to Tenerife. That's not happening. That's £600 down the drain because she's not going to be back in time. She's going to be there for another 5 to 7 days, supposedly. And so I booked the next flight to Vietnam. It was 3 a.m. my time. I booked a 12 p.m, so midday flight, and within 24 hours I was there. It was the most surreal experience of my whole entire life. Bear in mind, I actually had no idea that Vietnam was even a country before a year ago. So to suddenly shut my eyes and wake up in Vietnam was unbelievable. It didn't feel real. I didn't know where I was. I had no idea about the culture. I had no idea where I was on the map. I had no idea of anything. So first and foremost, to be there was insane. Unbelievable experience. Best experience of my life? Yeah, I'd probably say so. One of the most stressful times of my life? It was probably up there. Why? Because it wasn't 5 to 7 days for the exit visa to be ready. It was 5 to 7 days for the exit visa to be ready once we applied for it. And what did you need to apply for it? We needed 5 to 7 documents. think it was 6 documents total. That's right, 6 documents total. And to get those documents, you needed to go through the British consulate, you needed to go through the police, the Vietnamese police, you needed to go through the Vietnamese embassy, the British embassy in Vietnam. It was all up in the air. And so just to apply, we needed those 6 documents, and it took about a week for us to get those 6 documents. So at this point, my girlfriend has been away for 6 weeks, another half a week on her own, and another week with me. Bear in mind, her parents haven't seen her, her friends haven't seen her, everyone's waiting for her to come back. I was the lucky one to actually go out there and be with her. But you know, this was a detriment to my job. You know, I wasn't working. Of course, I have my online coaching, but I do in-person coaching as well. So it took a detriment to that. My clients were like, hold on, what's going on? Where are you? I had to spend a lot of time with her and sorting this out and getting a document here and getting a document there. You know, we had to have proof of temporary residency. So every single day we had to stay at the same hotel, but they didn't have the same rooms. So one day we were staying in the best room in the hotel and the most expensive room. One day we were staying in the worst room in the hotel and the cheapest room. It was all completely up in the air. We had no idea what was going on. And all we wanted was for my girlfriend to come back home. And that's all she wanted, was to come back home. And so every day I'm praying, every day I'm hoping, every day I'm trying everything in my power. I'm doing everything that I can to do this. Everything that I can to get her home. All the documents we needed, all the people we had to speak to. I was doing everything in my power to do all of these things. Please. And so you kind of see where I'm going with this story, because I make fitness content, and a big part of fitness is going through a journey, putting in the work, being patient, and waiting for the best outcome to come your way. So a week goes by, we eventually send all the documents that we need, and finally, after a whole nother week of waiting, so we're looking at 2 weeks, I go every single day. Let me rewind the story a little bit. Once we apply for the exit visa, they say to us, oh, it's going to be 3 to 4 days. Okay, so we come back in 3 to 4 days. We come, they say, okay, it's not here, come back tomorrow. And then every day for about 4 days, it's not here, come back tomorrow. It's not here, come back tomorrow. And we have no idea when we are getting this emergency exit visa. We've got no idea. So we are constantly waiting. Don't know if we're going to come back, when we're going to come back. I was honestly prepared to spend a whole month plus out in Vietnam. And this is the type of mentality that you need when pursuing a journey. This is the type of delayed gratification that you need. This is the type of patience that you need. If you don't have the patience, if you can't be okay with delayed gratification, with putting in the work, showing up day in, day out without seeing any results within 1 month, then you're not cut out for building your physique and becoming a disciplined man. I'm sorry to tell you, but this is what it takes. 2 weeks later, we show up, and what happens? I see her passport. It's thin, it's blue. This is the passport that they've given to us for this week. It's the emergency passport. It looks completely different. to anything else. And I see it, and we weren't expecting it. This is the best part, is that every single day we were expecting it to be there. We were expecting it to be there. In fact, because they told us 3 to 4 days, what had happened was we had rebooked both of our flights. And then we get there, and then guess what? It's not ready. Come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow. Eventually we got it. Eventually we got the passport with the emergency exit visa. 2 weeks later, we got on the flight, and it was one of those flights where we just needed to get back home. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about where we were, the plane, where we were flying to, the duty-free, what we were eating. It didn't matter. What I needed to make sure of was to get her home. And if you want to achieve a physique that you're proud of, if you want to be a disciplined man, if you want to achieve that consistency in the gym with your diet, with nutrition, then that's the type of mentality that you need. Focus on the goal, getting her home. Once you know the goal, then you focus on everything you need to do within that goal. Everything you need to do. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's going to the Vietnamese embassy, if it's speaking to the hotel concierge for 4 hours, it doesn't matter. You need to get this shit done. And the best part about building this physique, building the discipline and building the consistency, is that it's the most simple stuff that works, boys. It's the most simple stuff that works. You get in a deficit, you stay in the deficit, you focus on foods that are deficit foods. If you don't know what deficit foods are, have a look at other videos that I posted, because I made a ton of videos on what deficit foods are and what foods you should be eating. You need to focus on the goal and everything that it takes to achieve that goal. You need to practice delayed gratification. You need to practice patience. You need to work day in, day out to achieve what you want to achieve and not expect any results. When the results come, they come. But don't you think it's ironic that it's when I didn't expect the passport, and when we didn't expect the passport and the emergency visa to be ready, that it came? I'm not surprised, because it's when you least expect it that it comes. So stop expecting the results and just do what you need to do to get them. It's that simple. Focus on the daily actions, focus on the work that you have to do every single day, and you will get the results that you want. Hope you enjoyed, boys. I might make another video of this and go into even more detail about what happened, because it's a story in itself. One of the best experiences of my life, and you can make working out one of the best experiences of yours if you practice all of the things I mentioned in this video. If you like this, go and watch my Instagram. I post a bunch of reels there and a bunch of stories showing what I do on a day-to-day basis. And if you want to work with me personally and you want to help me help you achieve your goals, not help me help you, if you want me to help you achieve those goals, then click the link in the description below. You can book a call, or you can DM me on Instagram. We can talk about how I can help, because I'd love to help if you are in need and if you really seriously want this. I'll see you in the next video.